This is the voice of the Patriot. And here we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must, it will be on one condition. Only one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Here we are not neutral, because we have taken sides. What sides have we taken? The side of the truth. That is why we say we are the headquarters of the truth. Operating from the control tower. This is the office of the Patriot, and my name, Blakk Rasta. And today we have a number of issues to look at. Please come along and let's do justice to this one here. Now the very first story I'm looking at today is taken from Ghana Web, and it says, Dr. Hanabisu narrates how President Kufuor's nephew allegedly tried to bribe her with 10,000 American dollars. Now the acting administrator of the Minerals Development Fund, Dr. Hannah Louisa Bisu, has opened up about some of the supposed rots she has found at the fund since assuming office. Now, speaking in an interview on Metro TV on April 24, 2025, Dr. Bisu said that she found that the fund under the previous government paid a whooping 1.4 million American dollars as rent for its office space to one Kwabena Kufuor, who identified himself as a family relation of former President John Ajekum Kufuor. She said that the amount paid to the owner of the property shows that it had been rented for 10,000 American dollars per month, which was way above the market rate for such a small facility. This is a fund that actually paid 1.4 million American dollars for rent of the office. It's a cubicle, actually. And directors have their files on the floor. The one who rented it twice is called Kwabena Kufuor. He is President Kufuor's nephew. He told me himself when they came begging me, and I thought it belonged to us. Even though it's small, it's something we could have worked on. They first paid rent for 2 years. That is, I think, 2020 and 2021. They did for 2 years. They were paying 10,000 American dollars per month, she narrated. She added, right now, when you check a prime area, better than where we are in that same environment, it is 66,500 American dollars per month. So it means that it was a rip-off. Dr. Bisu, who is also the national women organizer of the ruling new National Democratic Congress, the NDC, said that upon resumption of office, she was informed that the fund had leased the property to for another 12 years, which costed about $9,600 this time around. She said that she was astonished by the development and made the decision not to use the office space. When I came and they said now they subleased it for 12 more years and they quoted it in dollars, I was surprised. The payment was in cedi, so you have to pay the dollar equivalent. Why did they quote it in dollars? Because if you say, let's say 1 million American dollars, it means that if you are going to pay tomorrow, it has to be the cedi equivalent of the dollar. So they paid them for 12 years. And when you calculate, it means that per month, it is 9,600 American dollars now. And they paid everything. 500,000 American dollars could have bought a land or a government property. And this was a government bungalow, he said. She added that she had taken the decision to use every legal means to take back the 12 years rent that had been supposedly paid to Kwabena Kufuor. She also claimed that the self-acclaimed nephew of the former president came to her office and offered her money to stop her from looking into the payment of the rent. When I told them that I was not going to use the place and I would use every means possible to take it, this Kwabena Kufuor came to my office and put money on the table, and I asked him what the money was for. He told me it was commission. I took the money and reported the money. She said, Dr. Bisu added that this Kwabena Kufuor told her that if she accepted his offer, he would confide in her on how workers of the company operated on the basis of commission. My brother, my sister, sometimes I feel like saying some things, but decency will not allow that. My brother, my sister, people who have been voted into responsible positions. We chased the white man out of this country in 1957 because we wanted to hold on to our destiny and control this same destiny. Kwame Nkrumah told us point blank that the black man, if given the chance, will be able to rule his own destiny, and even better. Paraphrased. Today, my brother, my sister, it looks like our whole country is a bunch of urchins. Political power is nothing but a group of idiotic nation wreckers coming together to play a game of chess, the chess of stealing from the coffers of this nation. My brother, political parties in Ghana right now and all over Africa are secret societies where blood-sucking vampires meet and, in fact, hemorrhage the national coffers. It's sad. They are sucking the blood of the economy. They don't care how many people die with this vampirous act of theirs. It hurts. Sometimes I feel like resurrecting Rawlings to put a bullet in their heads, one after the other, so they will go straight into early graves. The earlier, the better. My brother, every day I wake up, I see these economic vampires sucking the blood of the Ghanaian sufferer, night and day. And it is so nauseating. Imagine what this so-called Kwabena Kufuor, a relative to a former president, is saying. An office space that has been rented for far over the amount so that commission could be paid out of this stealing and robbery of the nation. How can the nation bless you? That's why a lot of these people die in wheelchairs. That's why a lot of these people die from strokes. That is why a lot of these people, my brother, my sister, die every night and day from diseases that the doctor cannot even find in the medical dictionary. It is sad, my brother, my sister, what is happening in our country. He's a killer, my brother, my sister. People who chase the white man away only for them to jump into the reins of governance and become worse, like armed robbers unleashed, my brother, my sister, on us. I am sad, but my brother, my sister, this is terrible. This is very terrible, and I am shocked at some of these things allowed to happen in our nation. My brother, this thing that Dr. Hannah Bisu is talking about, My brother, my sister, we have to check these things out and make sure that the perpetrators pay for this heinous crime. My brother, I tell you something. A lot of big guys call me and they say, you're Blakk Rasta. You will remain poor till you die. And I say, amen. We honestly want to help you. We want to support you. But you talk too much. How am I talking too much? If I am talking against injustice, talking against thievery. If you are giving me your thievery money, keep it. I don't need any bloody money. I don't need any wealth that is born out of killing people, murder. But in our nation, 99.99% of all rich people are vampires sucking the blood of the sufferer. What kind of wealth is this that stinks of blood? The other day, there was so much money under the bed of a certain minister of state. Up till now, we are not able to have justice for Mother Ghana. She's still walking about, basking in the glory of her ill-gotten opulence. What is wrong with us? One, Kwabena Oedubwahi and his wife, they have the wealth that Queen Elizabeth never had. Yet, my brother, my sister, the security forces and all the institutions that are supposed to be dealing with this, they are pussyfooting on this issue. My brother, my sister, we are a nation of breaking news. We break the news and we go to sleep. Nobody is ready to follow up on the news. We are only interested in breaking the news. And in our hurry to break the news, we end up blowing the fuse of the nation. And we go into bleak darkness. Look how some other guy, an unreverend, dishonorable, told us the other day, from a mouth that stinks of sinister actions, that what? There was a certain plane full of cocaine sitting on our tarmac here, involved in money laundering. No justice has been done to this nation. And we have security forces. We have a speaker of parliament. And these guys cannot come together and discipline this foul-mouthed, unreverend bloke. What is wrong with us? We make all the noise and make a few idiots suck the life out of the whole nation. It is sad. It hurts me, my brother. In this case, a certain Kufuor is leasing out his property by virtue of the fact that his uncle, my brother, my sister, was a former president. A house that is supposed to cost 2 peanuts is now 1 million peanuts, so that some people can get kickbacks. Now the new name for kickbacks is commission. And he is ready to teach the new person in the office how the thievery is done. We are not teaching each other how to fly the plane. We are not teaching each other the latest IT. We are not teaching each other, my brother, my sister, the latest inventions. We are teaching each other the latest forms of thievery. And we expect our nation to grow geometrically like Dubai, the UAE, like America. No wonder all our chiefs and kings are running after the American visa, as if their lives all depended on that visa. No wonder you go to the American embassy and there are people there preaching as if America was heaven. Oh, Jesus, what is wrong with us? I am hurt, my brother. Can we run after this Kufuor? Can we bring every other person who served in that office before this time, my brother, my sister, especially in the last dirty, corrupt government, under some good investigation? Look, Mr. President, your legacy starts counting from the day that you won the elections. The more we are able to prosecute some of these nation records, the better. The more we are able to salvage our nation, the more your name will be enshrined in gold. In fact, in the hall of fame of not only Africa, but also in heaven. I leave it here. Next story I want to look at, and it's going to be really fast. It's also from Ghana Web, and it says, Fan Milk, Kantanka, Trasaco, several companies cited in tax evasion, money laundering scandal. And I read. Now, documents obtained by Ghana Web indicate over 1,300 companies were cited by the Ghana Revenue Authority for perpetrating fraud using the import declaration forms IDF regime between 2021 and 2024. To ensure accurate tax calculations, compliance with import regulations, and facilitate the clearance of goods through customs, the Ministry of Trade and Industry issues IDFs to importers. As a regulatory requirement for customs regulation, the document, among other things, indicates the type, quantity, and cost of goods and aids commercial banks in transferring funds on behalf of importers for the purchase of their goods. However, available details indicate that this regime has become an avenue for tax evasion, under invoicing, and money laundering by some importers. As detailed in GRA documents obtained by this portal, the authority audited 548 companies between 2021 and 2024, with a cumulative total of 355,858,268 and 71 pesos in collections, and even much more, 655,206,000 and of course 21 pesos in penalties, bringing their total assessed liability to over 1 billion Ghana cedis. The documents further revealed that the GRA referred 537 importers to the Economic and Organized Crime Office for further investigations into potential tax evasion and money laundering between 2021 and 2023. However, according to the GRA, 222 importers were deemed not worth auditing because their financial transfers were below $100,000 threshold. I leave it here. Some of the companies include Frozen Dairy Products Manufacturer Fan Milk Ghana, Tree Hills Ghana Limited, Trust Link Ventures Limited, Boss Sales and Servicing Firm Yutong Ghana Limited, Top Agro Business and Manufacturing Firm Wilmar Africa, Adonco Bitters Limited, and Franco Trading Enterprise. Others include Kantanka Automobile Company Limited, Trasaco Estates Development Company Limited, Alcoholic and Non-Alcoholic Beverage Manufacturer Casapreco Company Limited, and construction firm Kofi Job Company Limited. My brother, my sister, if you want to see the madness of the American, evade tax. If you want the anger of the American authorities to come down on you, you know what to do? Evade tax. In our country, we rather clap for each other and say that we are smart by stealing from our own country. What foolish people. Hey! How can you steal from yourself and you say you are smart. My brother, I would like a serious investigation into these. These are the rich people of our country. Kantanka, Fan Milk, and all those people. My brother, my prayer is that they will go deep into this. They will investigate this properly. Whoever is supposed to go to jail, let him get to the jailhouse and be sodomized, no matter how old they are. May they be sodomized night and day. Sodomy has become the order of the day in our prisons. And I am most excited that some of the strongest people are in there right now. May they sodomize all these old men night and day, should they be found guilty. It's sad. Why can't we be rich in our country genuinely? You have to steal from poor people in order to be rich. Cancer, diseases with no names in the medical dictionary would be your portion. These days I see rich men, and a lot of them, criminals, thieves. Every company is stealing. They are not paying electricity bills. They are under invoicing. What are you doing with this ill-gotten wealth? Are you not worse than Satan? And you'll be shocked that on Sunday, they are those that speak the loudest tongues in the church. Even when the drums are playing, you can hear their voices higher than the sound of the PA system. Yet, they are the worst thieves in our country. I leave it here. I'm going to look at the last story. It's going to take me just 4 or 5 minutes and I'll be done. I'm reading this from my Joy Online, and it says, I won't renew Zoom Lion contract if sweeper's salary remains 250 Ghana cedis. Basintali declares. Jesus have mercy. Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Youth Employment Agency, YEA, Malik Basintali, has made a firm declaration not to renew the existing contract with Zoom Lion Ghana Limited if the current wage of 250 Ghana cedis for sanitation workers remains unchanged. In a strongly worded Facebook post on Friday, 25th April, Basintali criticized the current terms of engagement, describing them as exploitative and unjust to the Ghanaian youth. His comments follow growing public pressure, particularly from investigative journalist Manasseh Azure Awini, who has long campaigned against the contract's renewal, citing poor treatment of workers and breach of contract terms. Hallelujah. Echoing similar sentiments, Basintali asserted that the present engagement is a rip-off of poor Ghanaians and cannot be followed to continue and cannot be allowed to continue under the current administration. All my life, I have fought for integrity and for the better placement of the youth and people of Ghana. Basintali wrote, I promise on my honor as I stand by the grave of my late dad not to renew the contract in its current state or form. It is evil for the previous government to have committed to this, and I shall stop it, he declared, vowing to ensure workers are paid satisfactorily under President Mohammed's leadership. He further expressed personal concern over the plight of sanitation workers, stating, if my brother, mother, or sister were Zoom Lion workers, I wouldn't be happy with any of them taking 250 Ghana cedis as salary. Mr. Basintali invited the public to join him live on Facebook at 8 p.m. to share their thoughts and discuss the way forward regarding the contentious contract. This is my boy Basintali. Yesterday he called me after I had sent him a message to ask him Basintali, are you going to renew that contract? He told me he will make it public, but he was going to give me the exclusive. He said, Blakk Rasta, I am not going to sign it. And he was so emotional about that. My brother, the government of Ghana pays about 900 Ghana cedis to Zoom Lion on each sweeper of the street. Zoom Lion takes this money. No health insurance, no social security. As the investigative journalist, Manasseh Awuni Azure witnessed in his investigation, and only 250 Ghana cedis given out of the 900. And this guy comes to tell me that he's a rich man, therefore we should worship him. What kind of a dirty rich man is this? Dirty, stinking rich man. You take 900 Ghana cedis on the head of every Zoom Lion worker. You pay them 250 Ghana cedis. Early in the morning, they are on the street sweeping. You promise to make Accra the cleanest city. We haven't forgotten that. Under the dwarf president. At the end of the day, my brother, did you deliver? Did you deliver? We rather saw millions of hard currency hiding in rat holes, cockroach holes in a minister's house. And all your president could say was, oh, I know you shall be exonerated. Thanks to Manasseh Azure. Thanks so much to Basintali. My brother, he took it personal. He swore on the grave of his late father. I wish he had sworn on the grave of our ancestors and also by the flag of the nation. My brother, my sister, how can people go to sleep? Some so-called rich men, when they are this stinking, and they walk around and call us poor when they are responsible for our poverty. I won't talk anymore. I've closed.
This